to the Narrative Podcast. Let's start by introducing yourself.
I'm Andre Lavelle. Canton, Ohio, born and raised. McKinley grad. Now a college Coker grad. Play basketball. Be around.
You also went to Kent State.
Tuscaroras, yeah.
So, yeah, man. I was looking at your stats. You averaged what, 16 and 7? 16,
17.
yeah, 17, 7 rebounds and like three assists,
I think 4.
4 assists. Yeah. How long you been playing basketball?
Uh, get on here, people be lying and I didn't touch a ball at 2, 3. I don't know. Shit, I've been playing from the years you was allowed to play.
Yeah. Okay. So since Little League.
Yeah. A little earlier than I played third grade when I was like in the first.
Is that your earliest memory with basketball?
Yeah, I got pictures and videos of basketball when I was a kid, but like officially when I was able to play it was probably like first grade.
Okay. So let's start from the beginning, man. Said you're born and raised in Canton, Ohio. What's your relationship like with your parents?
Smooth.
Do
Yeah,
you,
mama's boy, Boog with my dad, pop's cool. Mama's boy at Hartdale, yes. Smooth relationship, smooth.
did you have both of them in your life, or were they separated?
I had both in my life, they weren't together though.
Okay.
Yeah, not together. But yeah, they both was there. Present, super present.
How many siblings do you have?
Yeah, 7. Yeah, 7, 2 on my mom's side, 5 on my dad's side. Yeah, 7. 7.
Is it mostly boys or girls, or equal?
Girls.
Girls. Okay. Are you the oldest, youngest, middle?
Middle on my dad's side, youngest on my mom's.
Okay. That's a lot of love, man. That's a lot of love you're getting because you be the middle child. Middle child is more like balance, and then being the youngest, the baby always get the most love, and you got sisters and a mom, so I can imagine you had a lot of love and nourishment growing up.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, something like that,
So growing up in Canton, what was it like in your early days?
Growing up anywhere, man, it's a lot. It's a lot. I would say, like, depending on where you from, who you know, what you know, things of that nature. See, when you're young, you a kid, you get to live free.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You live free, things like that. You only know struggle if your parents struggling
Right.
or if something in your life hits you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So growing up young, it was cool, man. I'm outside playing basketball, living the kid, bad kid life, out running around, doing doing whatever a kid do at that time, which I was doing, hooping, um, played football young. I did all the sports young. I used to do backflips and all type of things. I was kicking it. Young Jit outside, getting it in, man. Used to be outside all day. Had your beater tan lines and sock tan lines. You outside all day. Come back home dirty.
No doubt.
Dirty living the kids. No, child life was cool, man. It was smooth.
What year were you born?
1999.
Okay, so that's right on the bridge. When did you get your first cell phone?
Probably elementary school.
Oh, so you was young. Was it a flip phone?
No, I probably had like a little touch screen. I had a little. Oh, I remember the little Blackberries.
Yeah.
What was it? Is they called Blackberry?
Yeah, I think that's what they is.
Yeah. I had the little Blackberry where it flipped up. Had the
Yeah.
little keyboard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you was official back then. You had one of those. Those are
them
the
boy,
iPhones. Those are the iPhones before the iPhone.
was nasty. Yeah.
Yeah. I asked that because we live in a technology driven society. So I just want to kind of get a background of what was that introduction to that type of tech back then. Like, how did you feel getting your first cell phone and being young?
Oh, that was lit. It's lit. You got a phone. You get to call. You ain't gotta ask somebody to use their phone. I was trying to have the most up to beat phone at that time too.
Yeah.
So that's why that little Blackberry was lit. I was sliding that boy up. Had the keyboard on the side. Yeah, that was lit. Having a little phone for real.
How did that change the way that you interacted with your peers, if at all?
No, I didn't change nothing. I was outside, so
Yeah,
I used that phone for play stuff. I ain't. It wasn't nothing big to where I was just on it like that.
yeah.
We at that age around that time, I was outside. I'm at the park all day. We hooping. We'd be hooping for 3 hours. We used to play football in the grass, young, kickball. I was doing everything. I'm riding my bike from northeast to the northwest on the bike, getting to it.
So being young, you having fun. Uh, Technology is progressing. Things is changing around you. You may not fully understand what's really going on, but you have an idea. But ultimately, you just want to have fun as a kid. But when life happens, it forces you to adjust. So my next question is, what was your first experience of death?
My first one,
Yeah.
sixth grade. Yeah, yep, sixth grade. Yeah, sixth grade. Taney died. Tay John Burke died. He got hit by the car coming down the hill over by Gibbs, coming down Spring Hill. Yeah, that was my first experience, man. I was with him. It was a group of us. It was a group of us. We seen him. That day's still a crazy day, man. I still like. Uh, I remember the last thing he said to us, man. I was gonna get it tatted on me actually a while back because I got him tatted on my right arm right here, and I was gonna get what he said to us the last time he seen us. The last time, like we all out there, we all had bikes, got the pegs on. We on the pegs. It's me, Isaiah. A lot of people know Isaiah Williams, TJ, D Jack, Lil Chuck, Hall, and then it was him, Trey, Ennis, a couple more niggas, a couple more people, I should say. Be professional. A couple more
It's
people.
all right. It's all right.
Um, so we had our group, they had their group. We meet up, we on Gibbs. Taney was a little goofy guy, man, just super goofy, man, super joyful, man, like real lifeful. When you young, you don't understand like that blessing to have that. Like he
Yeah.
sparked the room. He was always laughing, goofy, real physical dude though too. So he liked to touch,
Hmm.
wrestle around, play fight. So he see us and he like, man, we'd have did y'all in. We like, no, you wouldn't. No, no, you wouldn't. We had a little bit. It was more of us than them though. But they was older at the time. So he like, man, we'd have did y'all in. He like, I would have hit you. I'd have got you. Ennis would have got you. Trey would have got you. And we talking about fighting now. We
Hmm.
like, man, y'all would have got beat. Like we thick. So we just talking about that. We still talking. We shot around a little bit on the little Gibbs court. Thought he was a hooper, you know. And then, like I said, we all on bikes, Buddha was there. Buddha was his best friend. That's my cousin. Um, we leave and we knew it was about to rain. We like, man, shoot, everybody going home. They still out there. We like, man, look, don't, everybody told him like, don't go down the hill tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't hit the hill. He like, all right, bet I got you. I ain't gonna hit the hill, whatever. As soon as I get home, we get the call. Oh, Taney went down the hill. He got hit. Crazy. That was a crazy day. At that time, I was like 10 too. Yeah, sixth grade, I was about 10. Yeah, I was 10.
So I take it Taney was just a friend of yours.
No, that's my cousin.
Uh,
But that was my dog too, though.
mhm.
That was my boy.
Yeah, man. That's tough to hear. It's been so long since I even like talked about Taney. I remember I seen him one time, like my whole life, because my cousin is Jamaris. They know him as J Tate.
Yeah, yeah, I know
Um,
Tate.
and I know that he was around him. So it was one day we was over on Market, 12th and Market, and I think he lived in like a big White House, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, on 14.
Yep, right there. And I was in a car, and I just remember seeing him. Like that was like my only time, and he was like smiling, laughing. You say he goofy, so well he not. I meant to say he goofy.
Yeah, no, he
Um,
was a goofy dude, man.
so just to be able to have that one interaction with him, I think was cool to have that only memory of him like that. But yeah, man, that was tough, man. That was tough. I knew that impacted a lot of different people
Oh
in the
yeah,
city.
yeah. He had one of the most impactful deaths you could think of. A lot of people was hurt from everywhere, all sides of towns, everything, man. That dude, yeah, that hit the world hard. And we was young. So like I said, I was in the sixth grade. He was only in the eighth. TJ Isaiah and all them was in the seventh. So it was like, we was young, bro. Super young.
That's tough, man. So this is what grade? What grade you say you were in?
When he died,
Yeah,
I was in the sixth.
sixth grade. Okay. So is this when middle school is still sixth grade? Was it sixth through eighth? Or you in elementary
When
school
I was in
still?
elementary, I was at Belton.
Okay, yeah, okay. So moving forward, it's like most times when people say they lost a loved one, it's usually like not necessarily like a young person, but like their grandma or their uncle or something. So to lose somebody that young at that age, how did that affect you as you got older?
In the days time right now, like when you say you losing a loved one, and you say it's supposed to be like an older person,
Hmm.
yeah, that ain't necessarily true.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I tell people all the time, man, and this is probably the worst thing I can say in my life right now. Right? Is I'm 25 and I have 25 people that I know dearly that I was close with that's dead
Oh my God.
right now, and that's just me shorting myself. It's a little more, but I'm for sure I got 25 right now. I got 13 rest in peace tattoos on my skin right now. I stopped getting some. It's some I should have got that I didn't get because I told myself, man, I ain't about to mark my body up with all that. But it's still, I got a lot of loved ones that I didn't get on me that I could have or should have. But I also already got a lot already on me. You know what I'm saying? So when you say, when you say it's supposed to be somebody older, man, no, that ain't the life we live. This ain't that generation. Shit, 15 of them was young. It depends what you calling young though too. Like
Right.
I got a lot of people on me that ain't get to see their 25th. They 30th. So like I also did I endured the older death. My grandpa died on my dad's side. His dad died when I like 2000 like 7, 8. I honestly don't remember, to tell you the truth. I was so young. I don't necessarily remember when exactly that was. You know what I'm saying? My grandma died my senior year at McKinley. In January. So that was big. That hurt me right there. That was a big one right there. That was my baby right there. I got her twice on me right now. So that was the older death I experienced. But then, what is we calling old? Because to me, she wasn't that old. She died in her 50s. You know what
My
I'm
grandma
saying?
did
So
too.
yeah, so that's not really old when you see people living to their 70s,
Right.
80s. My dad's mom is about to be 90.
My grandma 90 right now, man.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like when your other grandma dies that young, it's like dang.
Hmm.
So I try to not like say, man, like at the end of the day, death is death, young, older. It's all the same, bro. It's all bad. Like it's all like just crazy for real. So, but just going through deaths, as a kid, you emotional. Um, you emotional. Like I said, I was a mama's boy, but I was outside, so I was tough outside. But to my mom, I was that baby. I was soft. So like when I was younger, man, like whatever I see my mom go through, it hurt me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it hurt me in a way. I'm a kid, so tears, emotions, things like that. When Taney died, I cried. I cried a lot when bro died. But I was 10, so about the time that next year came, I'm seventh grade at Hartford. I'm 11 now. You know what I'm saying? When he died, it transpired a lot of things, good and bad. But you know how that go with deaths. Like everybody handle deaths different.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So that next year, bro, was about around the time where my tears was gone. So I stopped crying. Instead of crying, I was looking for answers, trying to understand life. You getting older now. We go seventh grade, eighth grade, but we living already like we in high school. All my friends was always older than me. My cousins older than me, so I'm hanging out with older people. I'm seeing things that an 11-year-old probably shouldn't see. You see what I'm saying? And I tell people right now, I never want a kid to go through what I went through, but for what I went through was made for me. It made me who I am right now. Now I'm tough as nails. In a good way though. I'm tough as nails, basketball wise, life. Getting stuff done. I'm gonna get it done. You know what I'm saying? So things like that. Now, not crying is terrible. Like because when you don't cry and you don't grieve the right way, you put you put a strain on your body, man, and your mind. Like you supposed to cry. You supposed to cry. You supposed to let that out. So instead of me crying, I transferred all my energy from pain and like things I went through into anger. So now I'm walking around. I'm an angry kid. Yeah, I'm still goofy. If you know me, you know me. I'm goofy. I'm a bug with you. If you don't know me, we ain't gonna have too much dialogue. You know what I'm saying? So as I started getting older and I'm chasing this basketball goal, I'm chasing to be a professional and things, I had to like change that. Young, I wasn't approachable. Even when in my 20s, bro, I wasn't approachable. I just got approachable probably like 3 years ago to where I'm like, man, let me start walking around with my head up. Sometimes take my hood off, show my face, maybe smirk at somebody or just, how you doing? Hello,
Yeah.
just to be approachable and let people know like I can talk to them because I already fit I fit the stigma. You know what I'm saying? Like young African American, from Canton, you know. Then I got all these tattoos and things like that. The way I walk, the way I speak, fix the stigma of what it is. But also then been in rooms with people that is of high stature too and was able to talk, articulate myself, speak well, present myself well. You see me in my jumpsuits, I might be in my little jeans, but also you might catch me one week, I'm in a suit. You know what I'm saying? Just being able to change it up, learning that. That's what I learned through Devs too, like how to maneuver, how to be in certain rooms with certain people. But also a big person who taught me that was Terrence Jones. I met Terrence Jones when I was like my 8th grade year. I met him in 8th grade year, worked for him in the summer.
Shout out Mr. Terrence.
Yeah, man, love that guy, man. Without him, I wouldn't be half of the person I am right now, man. He taught me certain things, man, to really just understand life, Showed me a lot of things that I didn't get to encounter young from a male, you know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
he was a big process of my growing and my learning, you know what I'm saying, as far as just everything. So, deaths, like I said, I stopped crying, started doing the anger.
Did you have a understanding or an idea of God when you were young at that age?
Yeah, yeah, I did, but you a kid, so like you wanna understand, but you like what you can't understand. Like I know what God was. I listened to people speak about him. I wasn't going to church or nothing back then. I wasn't doing my own reading. I didn't have my own knowledge of it. I just knew what I knew. Like another guy who helped me along the way was a guy named Nate Chester.
Oh yeah, shout out Nate.
Nate Chester. Some of my words a little bit.
It's all
Nate
right.
Chester, he was opening up the Martin, trying to get people off the streets, and so he opened up the Martin, hooping.
Yeah.
We hooping. It's everybody in there. If you was hooping, you was in there. So after we hooping, every day might be a fight. While you hooping, it might be a fight, but he was doing it to keep people off the streets. And then every day we had an hour where we had to take a break, and he'd speak about God. But at the time, again, kids, we young. You know what I'm saying? I probably knew eight. I knew Nate since about the 7th grade. That's how long I've been going to the Martin. Still going to this day right now. Shout out God's Court, man. You trying to get in the gym, trying to get better. Go bug with my boy God's Court, man. You will catch me in there. You can get some work with me. But Nate, open up the gym. You teaching us to God. I'm young, man. So at the time I'm listening, but there's gonna be some times where I'm not gonna be listening.
Mm.
Young kid, man. I'm trying to hoop. I'm only coming to hoop, so I ain't trying to hear this right now, man. You stopping the hoop right for an hour. Come on, man. I'm trying to hoop. But as years kept going, he never stopped. No matter if people ain't like it. Like people used to get up and and leave the hour of talking, leave the gym, go somewhere, and come back because they ain't one trying to hear the talk.
Mm-hmm.
I was a kid though. I wasn't about to leave where I was gonna go. You know what I
Right.
mean? I'm sit here and chill. I ain't got no car. I ain't doing nothing. I sit here and chill.
Yeah.
So the more and more I just start listening, I start listening. And then we start meeting more people through Nate. A dude named Corey Hunker, real big in the God. And just people was coming in and they speaking it. And then that you getting older, depths keep happening. Now you
Yeah.
trying to understand, like you trying to understand it and get it. Like, oh, okay, what is this? Why is this? So then as I got older, man, and I went through my own traumas and life experiences, uh, I ended up getting a relationship with him, my own one. Because I feel like people can put God in you. People can say this right now. Like I be telling kids and even grown ups, like, man, get a relationship with God, man. Get it your way though. Can't nobody tell you how to get that relationship, and you can't do it like everybody else. You don't got to go to church every day.
Mm-hmm.
You don't got to do certain things. Find your relationship and what works for you for God, and then do that. So
Right.
that's what I did. That's how I got my relationship. But that's we'll probably come back to that later because you can
Okay.
probably ask me a question about the story.
Yeah.
I ended up getting my relationship with him like a year after college,
Okay.
where I really got in tune and really started understanding God and what He meant and all things like that. Going through a hard time, so
Yeah. We'll transition into that later on. Um. So, like you said, death keeps happening. So let's talk about what high school was like for you.
um,
I'm assuming that this was before the merge happened.
yeah. Well, the merge happened when I was a junior.
Okay.
So go. I went to Hartford in middle school. Shout out Hartford. Hartford Hornets. You know what I'm
Definitely.
saying? Not the Hartford Bulldogs
Yeah.
or
Hartford Hornets, real deal.
whatever it is now. Man, I'm a Hornet. So I went to Hartford. Still I was bad at that time, bad, but I was good in basketball. So had Sarge and Mr. Womack. Mr. Womack was the principal at that
Oh yeah,
time.
Mr. Walmack. He the superintendent out in Columbus right now.
Yeah, yep.
He
So
was he was a big impact on me at Crenshaw. So shout out to Mr. Walmack.
yeah, man, I had Mr. Womack at Hartford, man. Dude, my cousin though, but you know, had him and then I had Sarge. And then we had a math teacher, man, my dude, Mr. Reed. That was
Oh
my boy,
yeah,
man.
everybody love Mr. Reed, man.
Man,
Everybody love
what?
Mr. Reed.
Like I used to get in, I wasn't necessarily a super bad kid in school. I was just super smart.
Yeah.
So like if I got bored, I was gonna do something to nigga not be bored. So
Let me ask you something, because you a reoccurring phrase you keep saying is a bad kid. So you talk about so what? This is between 10, 13 age range, right?
I was bad before then. I was outside young, so I was bad since like the shit since I was born. And I was bad. But when I say bad kid, man, like people use this term a lot of different manners, man. Like Uncle T was a good guy that used to talk about that. Like he never called kids bad.
Right, and that's what I was gonna get
Yeah, he
into.
always called them busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you busy. So I was bad, busy, whatever you want to call it. See, I call it bad. I was bad.
Mm-hmm.
I might cuss you out. You know what I mean? I might do whatever, but also was a good kid at the same time in the same
Mm-hmm.
sense. So yeah, I was bad, busy. Just being a kid.
But do you think it was more so because this is the examples that you had around you, or you just saw whatever you saw, you just did the opposite?
Yeah, I was never a follower. I did what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have examples, you have people you look up to, this, and that. But yeah, at the end of the day, you're gonna do what you want to. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like I said, like I was the school badness was
Too much energy.
yeah, bro. Like I ain't trying to sit in this class, man, all day and hear you talk. Especially like when it's 30 kids in the class and you gotta find out how to teach for all the kids.
Right.
So something that you gonna stand on this board and teach, it might take this kid an hour to learn it. It might take this kid 20 minutes. It was taking me 5.
Yeah.
I only need to hear it one time and I already understood it. Now I'm what we doing? We taking a test. We got some assignments. I'm gonna get it done. So that's why Mr. Reed helped me because Mr. Reed knew I was that smart and knew that I used to just get in trouble for being bored. So I just be bored. So then I start talking. I start being bad in class. So he start giving me. I walk in and he'd give me the assignments for the day. I do them, get done, and he'll let me go to the gym or something
That's what's up, man.
and do stuff like that. Or Sarge would come in mid class and just take me out of class and just let me be in the hallways with him. And I'd be talking to him, chilling, just running the hallways, just messing around as a kid. So that was something that helped me for real.
I just wanna kind of stay on this topic just a little bit. Because when you talk about the public school system, like growing up, I remember a lot of things, but I would definitely say looking back now, the dynamic between being able to cultivate those relationships with each student, it's impossible. Because when you talk about the early deaths that you're experiencing and not understanding how to communicate that, that's if without the right, like you talked about grieving, without grieving the correct way, that's a big distraction going into school. Expect
Uh,
would you say that?
for certain kids, no, man, I
Mm-hmm.
was strong mentally too. So like, I wouldn't say like you said you don't know how to communicate. I wouldn't say I didn't know how to communicate. I didn't want to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I dealt with everything on my own, so I didn't need nobody to be there. You know what I'm saying? But that's further down the line. That's another story for when we get later in the whatever we're gonna talk about. That's further down the line and where I can explain that out further. But yeah, no, I knew even as a kid I knew how to talk about it. But what is there to talk about? Like how? What is you gonna say to me that's gonna make me understand that? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's another story for later in the day. We get back to that. But back to the
So you was advanced.
yeah, a little bit. You know, like I said, man, my path was my path. So I was outside 7 years old, but I was outside to 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And some people might look at, oh, that's terrible. No, that's bad. That's this and that. Oh, your mom should. No, no, bro. My mom gave me the freedom to be a kid and to really learn and to really see the world for what it is.
Yeah.
And then when I got home, she showed me and told me the things I needed to know. If I had questions, she answered them.
Mm-hmm.
She never hid nothing from me. Neither did my dad. I was just telling somebody this the other day. That was probably the biggest thing with them that made me who I am now. So like when I got older and I was able to do everything, like bad, good, whatever you want to call it, with anything, guns, whatever is in the world, I didn't want to. You know what I'm saying? I seen it all. You know what I mean? I seen it all young, so I didn't have that urge to do it. Like you got people who shelter or who don't see stuff, their parents hide stuff from them, so now it make you want it.
Right.
I seen everything young. It ain't wasn't nothing I ain't seen, so I didn't want nothing. I'm cool to be who I am in my skin. Like I'm good. I ain't have to want to urge to do something because I ain't get to do it when I was young. I seen everything. You know what I'm saying? They didn't hide nothing. They kept it real. They told me what everything was, how everything was, and that what it was. So I didn't have no urge when I got older to do anything. That's why you see like now, like people see me, I'm so chilled out, man. I be so cool in my own lane. Like
Mm-hmm.
I ain't trying to do nothing of nothing. That's why I always been a leader too, because I got to do everything I wanted. I
Right.
was the kid that y'all had to go in the street lights. I'm still outside.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So,
So a lot of people have some kind of understanding of what Kent was like. So you talk about being outside and being exposed to certain things. Give an example of something that shaped the mentality that you had early on, like an experience.
other than deaths,
Yeah, because like when you outside, you know that late, a lot of things can transpire from fights. Gun violence. You may see you may see anything. So what was something that you saw that was like, okay, this is what that is. Maybe I'll stay away from that. Maybe I want to do more of this because I don't want the results that situation got.
oh man, I seen a lot, man. Like I said, you see people, yeah, like you said, you see fights, but like I said, I was a bad little kid, so I was already fighting anyway. So I like seeing fights. I was gonna be there front and center, like with my popcorn or something, with my candy. I have a cream soda, some grandma cookies.
Yeah, this TV right here, this live in effect.
Yeah, this live right now, man. Who about to win? Everybody talk about something. What you gonna do for real, man?
Hmm.
So that stuff never bothered me for real. That's what I was used to. That's what you grow up in when you around all that stuff. So it wasn't nothing that really made me like, oh, I don't want to do this or I want to do this. I was just there,
Yeah.
present.
Hmm.
So yeah,
But if you could like give an example, because like I said, like because this is all we know. It's normal to us. You see what I'm saying? But for like the next person, this may not be something normal. So when they see it, it's like this is like crazy. You see what I'm saying? So like what was something that kind of maybe didn't necessarily throw you off or it wasn't necessarily traumatizing, but it was just like, okay, that just like that was it kind of it may have shook you up a little bit.
just seeing people go to jail. Or my cousin got shot one time. I ain't gonna tell y'all who he was or nothing, but my cousin got shot, and I'm super young again, and he came in the house and crying and showed us where he got shot at. It was two big old holes in his legs from the bullets, and they was just bleeding. That was a crazy thing. Like, damn, boy, you got shot. For
How
real.
how old was you when this happened?
That was around the time Taney died, so I was around like, yeah, 10 between 12. One of those years, I can't pinpoint the exact date that he got shot because I don't remember, but he got shot when I was real young. He came in the crib screaming like shit hurt it bad, boy, and it was, so that was something crazy. Like, damn, man, niggas ain't trying to get shot.
Yeah. And that was your first time seeing a situation like that?
Somebody get shot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about high school. You went to McKinley.
Yeah, I went to McKinley, as a freshman, hoop. We was in the Smith building. They broke down the Smith building now, but we was in the Smith my year. Freshman year was cool, Was trying to play JV as a freshman, but I was real small. I was like 5'2" as a freshman, 5'2". I was super small. Was good enough though for sure. Just super small though. Played freshman, We had a good year. It was fun. It was cool. Fun school year too was kicking it. Being a freshman, upper class. I'm at all the games Saturday. I'm
Yeah.
going early.
Yeah.
Fridays, whatever. I'm going early. That way I ain't gotta pay to get in.
Hmm.
I'm there 3 o'clock. I'm just sitting out there watching the pregame, getting snacks early.
Yeah.
Cause you get there early, they ain't gonna tell you to leave or anything like that. You just in there. You just
Right.
gotta wait it out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm waiting it out. I ain't trying to pay to get no games, bro. Um, that was it for real. Freshman year, sophomore year come around. Now I'm starting to grow. Sophomore year, I went from like 5'2" to like 5'7". Yeah, 5'7", 5'8". Played JV. I should have played varsity. Sure, that year was mad about that, but I was getting in trouble too. So I put the blame on the coach, but I also got to take some accountability too. Like every time I was supposed to get on varsity, I always got in trouble, man. Like it was one time I went for 30, and next game if you stay good the whole week, the Friday game I went for 30 like on a Tuesday.
Hmm.
He like if you stay good for the whole week, you will play Friday varsity. But when he told me this is Wednesday, I already got in trouble on Monday.
Mm.
So I had ISS on Friday. So I'm like, oh man, hopefully he don't hear about it. He heard about it, man. I ain't get the, crazy time. And I'm like, damn, but it was I already got in trouble, dude. You already late, dude. I got
Yeah.
in trouble on Monday. I got ISS set up for Friday. Um, yeah, it's still a great year though. Around that time, freshman, sophomore year is around the time where now I'm becoming who I'm becoming now. I had a whole summer with Mr. Uncle T, Terrence Jones, and now a whole year to where I know him and I'm involved. I done learned a lot. I'm getting around other people and everybody growing up now. So we all growing up. All my homies is sophomores, they getting older. So yeah, we all growing up. Bad thing that happened my freshman year was one of my closest cousins, favorite cousin, man, my dude Chris Lowe. Chris Lowe, he actually come home this year, but he went to jail when I was a freshman. And that was my guy, man. Like if anything I needed, if my mom couldn't get it, he got it for me. He showed me a lot of things too. So like you said, what was the stuff you seen that make you want to do something?
Hmm.
A lot of stuff I seen through him, good or bad, whatever you want to call it. I wanted to do it because of that nigga. That was my dog right
Yeah.
there, man. Like he showed me a lot. I counted a certain amount of dollars real young because of him. So some crazy money. And he was young. He was only like 17 at the time. So that's my boy, man. And he one of my biggest supporters, man. Believe in me. Like he called me since I was a kid, since he went to jail. You gonna be in the lead. I can't wait to watch you on TV. Like I only can get these channels though, so you gotta get it. You gotta get there. Like, come on,
Yeah.
what you doing? Like, and always believed in me, yo. Be telling people in the jail, like my cousin, that guy, like all that. That's my boy, man. I ain't seen this in a while. When he get out, man, he just seen pictures and I just seen him videos. But when he get out to see me in person, he gonna be amazed, yo, because I ain't seen him in 11 years.
Hmm.
And like I said, I was short. You know what I mean? Right now, I'm 6'2". I'm filled out, got a little muscle. I'm tatted, all this. When he seen me, I was that little boy, skinny as hell, big head. Last time he seen me, I was probably 4'11". You know what I mean? 5 foot. So like, I might be taller than him now.
Hmm.
I ain't seen him in a while either. So you just don't, like that's life. you know.
And you talk about you then lost the same amount of people as your age, so him just being able to come home and see you still one of the people that made it out of the circumstances, that's always that's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah, that's a plus. You know, it's a blessing he ain't dead. So yeah, that's definitely a blessing. Sure. Still a long time though. 11 young. Yeah,
Man,
11 a lot.
that's
11
another
no.
that's another lifetime.
Yeah, 11 no years too, man. Can't forget that. My boy did 11 no tears, man.
Hmm.
Held it down. But dealt with that as a freshman. That was big.
Have you ever been to jail?
No, Sersky.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up because you talk about a lot of things going on around you, and it can drive you in a lot of different ways. It can drive you into certain things, but it can also drive you away from a lot of things too. So for you to be able to maneuver how you did and not become a part of that statistic,
Yeah,
that's
yeah, nah.
amazing, man. That's
That was a
amazing.
big thing. I was never gonna be a statistic.
That's amazing.
No, I always knew that young. I
Oh,
was never gonna I was never gonna be that, which a lot of people thought I was. Young teachers used to tell me, "Oh, you gonna be, oh, this or in jail, this or that." Man, I changed the whole script on all them teachers, on everybody, for real, for real. My family used to say they thought I was gonna be bad. It's like when family members who I see now, like, dang man, you grew up, you did this and did that. I'm taller than them now. I was small, so
hmm.
I understand that. But yeah, man, nah, ain't nobody. No, we ain't gonna be no statistic, man. We breaking generational curses over here. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that's what's up.
But
Absolutely.
then back to the school thing, you know, sophomore year was cool. I was getting in trouble basketball wise, but neither say or day. Junior year is when we merged.
Okay.
Junior year we merged. Boys from Timken come in, but I had a relationship with everybody from Timken because all my closest friends was at Timken already. So, you know, I was real cool with Pierre. TJ was my closest friend. TJ, Isaiah, and Demir, they was all at Timken. They was coming over. So it wasn't really like I didn't really have to adjust to nothing or that little McKinley Timken beat that everybody had. I never
Hmm.
had it.
Yeah.
My closest friends was at Timken, so when they was coming over, it was just like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
And I'm a competitor. I'm a dog, so they came over. Let's get it in.
Let's do it.
Let's see what's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And did that. I was killing in the summertime too. You know, Pierre was at football, so he wasn't around, but everybody knew Pierre was Pierre, so that wasn't gonna change nothing, man. That's a 6'6" killer right there. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? My boy, he was a dog, boy. He was a dog. He taught me a lot too, like him and Uncle T, because taught me a lot, man. Really showed me a lot, because a lot of people don't know where he came from and his story and just everything. The same story like me. He got that
Hmm.
story just as much as well, probably a little bit more.
Yeah.
And that's the story for him to tell, man. But he been through a lot, so for him to reach the altitudes he reached and everything he did had a big impact on my life, man. Like he don't know this. A lot of people don't know this, man. But young, I was following him, man. I was trying to do all the things he did.
Yeah.
For real, for real. That was my boy. Like, still right now, like, ain't nobody gonna talk bad about him in front of me.
Hmm.
Nah, nah. And me and him might not talk for a month or whatever the case may be, but you ain't gonna talk bad about him in front of me.
Hmm.
If it's a conversation with basketball and people talk about all the best in the city, who was that? His name better be in there. His name better be in there
Yeah.
for sure. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I heard a lot about Lapeer, man.
Come
I
on,
heard a lot.
man. You can't. He had shit you couldn't teach.
Hmm.
You can't teach 6'6". You can't teach the brain he had, the competitive drive he had. You can't teach that. That comes from within you. He was
Yeah.
a dog, Joe. He was gonna do whatever it took to win. Like he was a dog, man. So during I was still bad my junior year, but I was killing. I was good enough to play. Things ain't go the way I wanted to. You know, I blamed it all on the coach. Still do, but I also got older. Had to take accountability. I was doing stuff on my end that wasn't up to par. He made me mad. I wasn't practicing. Stop. It is what it is. I ain't practicing. Whatever. Pierre used to tell me, man, stop doing that. He was vouching for me to play and things like that, but I wasn't doing my part. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know. So with that, junior year went by. We had a great year though. We went to regional finals.
Who'd y'all play?
In the regional finals,
Yeah.
Lima. We lost to Lima. They had the top player in Ohio at the time. It was out of him and Pierre and a dude from Cincinnati. That was a good game, man. They was going back and forth, man.
What was score?
I think we lost 61-58,
Man, that's right there.
something like that. I think it was. But what's even more crazy about that game was him and Pierre was super close. The dude.
Hmm.
So Pierre was killing that game too. Like he woke up, and like the last 15 games of the season, the playoffs, he was on a mission. My boy was trying to win, but he was killing that game too. But he took a like fourth quarter, probably like 3 minutes left, maybe 2 minutes left. I can't. Don't quote me on this now. This ain't this a real story, but this time frames, shit, that shit was 7, 8 years ago.
That's all right.
Pierre took a charge. I don't remember what time was on the clock, but it might have been a tie game, or we was up one or they was up one. It was somewhere around that score. Pierre took a charge on X, which is what they call him, Xavier Simpson.
Okay.
They both had 4 fouls. In high school you foul out with 5.
Yeah.
They both had 4. Pierre took a charge. They called it a block, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once Pierre got out, pretty much, we might not have had a chance for real. But
yeah.
Just think if roles were switched and they called a charge.
Mm-hmm.
We might win,
man.
But even then, I still think we win. With another thing was, I don't know how much you're familiar with TJ, but
oh no, yeah, I know about TJ.
Yeah,
I know about TJ.
TJ was having a bad little senior year as far as like schooling wise. He was in the middle hooping and being a kid.
Outside stuff, right?
Yeah. So getting in trouble, just doing what he wanted to do. He was that guy. You know what I'm saying? So he did whatever he wanted all year, and then a game before the regional finals, they disciplined him.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little too late for that, whatever. But y'all disciplined him in this game, so he had to sit out regional semis. You know what I'm saying? We played Brunswick. He sits out. We win. Tough game for the first half. Then after the half, we end up blowing him out. Okay, you know what I mean? Now we come to this next game, regional finals. He just missed the game. So as a basketball player or anybody, when you do something for so long and you got to miss something, you're going to miss a little step, especially in the mix of a season. So that was just a big hit to us as a team for real. And then he's coming back against the best guard, one of the best guards in the country, but the best guard in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
This dude went on to go to Michigan and start for 4 years, and in the G League and doing all that now overseas. Like he was one of them guys. So
yeah, I met his little brother.
Who?
Xavier Simpson's. I think his little brother go to Lima or something.
Probably, yeah, man. But you sit him before the biggest game mark their careers for real in a sense. So that took a hit. He didn't get his game back right to be able to dominate that matchup the way I think he could have. Even though it was gonna be hard because that dude was one of them dudes. But that lightweight hurt us a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That lightweight hurt us a little bit. But yeah, it still was a great year, man. That was probably the funnest year of basketball as far as high school that I ever had in my life. Even though I was getting in trouble, even though I felt like I could have played more or whatever the case may be, that was still probably the funnest year of my life in basketball. We competed so hard. You know what I'm saying?
So come high school, was you just strictly basketball?
Yeah. I quit football and all that other stuff in 8th grade.
Okay.
I knew I was hooping.
Yeah. So
that was at the time where I really started getting serious too, to where I'm on the internet, I'm looking at things, I'm all basketball. I'm only trying to watch basketball, I'm only trying to be around basketball. And I start understanding, man, you're not competing with, you competing with Canton and Akron or Cleveland, Ohio, whatever the case may be. But that's just a small percentage, bro. Man, that ain't nothing.
Yeah.
It's easy to be the best in Ohio, but can you be the best with these other guys? You know
Texas,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Wherever, bro. So, and at the time, I never been that far to even understand or see it. But I understood okay, Dre, we competing with the world. We ain't just competing with Ken. I can be better than everybody down here. That ain't nothing. I gotta be better than everybody in general, whoever I run across. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So,
and this was around the time when Baller's Life was getting a lot of traction. Was you watching some of those videos?
Yeah, but Baller's Life been around though. We ain't had no Baller's Life in Canton. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We ain't had that. No. Yeah. Maybe if you play AAU, you can get it, but we ain't had that. So.
But I wanna ask this question because this is Canton, so this is where football started. What was the McKinley versus Massillon? What was the energy like around those times of the year?
It was lit, but I hoop.
Yeah.
I ain't play football, so I ain't care about that shit.
You didn't care?
No. Hell out there, I ain't care. I care for my dudes because all my homies played football or whatever. I wanted us to win. I was at McKinley, but yeah, as far as I ain't dying about that, how people is, or I ain't about to be, when I was in high school, I was because I was a kid, I'm kicking it, Master McKinley week. So yeah, I wanted us to win. I was mad, I fought one time after a Madison McKinley game because I was so mad I lost, and the Madison dude was talking crazy. I had
Yeah,
to, me and my homies, some guys, but no, yeah, I don't care about that rivalry, right? You know what I'm saying? McKinley to the core though. Love my Bulldogs, but in my lifetime, since I've been alive, and since I knew about the rivalry, I am 1 in like 8.
yeah, it's bad, man.
So yeah, I'm not about to.
I think in mine,
Like I told
we
myself after I
defeated.
graduated, y'all was still in high school. Elijah Curtis,
Hmm.
L, Deontay, and
Oh
all them.
man,
So
yeah,
I was coming back, and I come home from college and watch the game. Around them years though, I wasn't even in school because I had an injury or stuff. So, but I come watch the game. High school I was always out there. It's cold as hell out there. Your nose running.
hmm,
Now when we get out of high school, I'm grown now, bro. I ain't about to. I hold myself to a standard. I ain't about to be around with no snotty nose and
yeah,
doing all that. We already took my butt whoopings when I was in high school. I ain't going out there in the cold
hmm,
to watch y'all lose anymore. I'm
yeah.
cool, Joe. So I watch it at the crib or hear about it. My last year going was probably 2 years after I graduated. I think that was Elijah Curtis' senior year and little Kyrie Woody and all them. So I went because I thought they had. I knew they was going. I thought they was going to win. They ended up coming short. I think they only lost by 1 that year though. Man, they was going crazy though.
Yeah, that was tough, man. That was so tough, man. But
Yeah.
let's
So yeah, it was it
senior
was
year.
it was lit. It was lit though. It was lit. But like I said, I was ignorant. So like, Madison McKinley week, they don't want you wearing orange. They don't want you doing certain things. You got the mismatch day. I did all the days.
Hmm.
I did all the days. I was getting it in. But I wore orange on purpose.
Yeah,
Yeah, I used to wear orange on purpose though. I don't care for Madison either though. I don't care. Senior year, senior year now is my time. I'm hungry. I was super hungry, but I was angry too. I was angry at the coach and at certain things, so it just made me grind, bro. I grinded. I was hooping every day, just getting it in. Senior year come, we got open gyms. I'm going crazy, That year was me, Daryl, Deontay, Lil Ty, Isaiah Smith, Kwasi, Lil Jaden, a couple more guys. We was trying to get it in. We was on it. We was getting it in. Started off the year real smooth, like summertime, fall workouts. I started off cool. We started off good. Me and Deontay and Daryl was killing. It's going well for real. Started off the season 6-0.
okay.
Started off the games. I started off the games being a true point guard. At that time, I was a scorer, but I was also playing a true point guard role. I had Daryl and Deontay.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But also too, like my confidence was shot a little bit from the coach, and but not necessarily confidence. I was mad. I was so mad, and I ain't like the man so much at that time, and I wanted to prove him wrong, but I wanted to do it in a negative manner, and it affected my basketball. And I was doing
Hmm.
some other things, being a high school kid, girls, etc., whatever the case may be. But my focus wasn't all the way locked in. I was locked in, but I didn't understand like all my extra activities can deter basketball, and I didn't learn that until I got older. But we started off the season 6-0. Deontay was killing them first 6 games of the year. Deontay is probably the best thing smoking. But bro was averaging like 29. He was going crazy. My little
Yeah,
nigga was going crazy, bro.
yeah,
I was doing well. I was getting my little 12 and 5 or whatever. I had a game of 20 early on that year. Daryl was doing his one too, but Deontay was killing. Some things happened that I don't necessarily want to speak on, or it don't really matter. It's old now, but some words, meetings, whatever, etc. Stuff start changing, and then we start hitting a rough patch. But for the most part, the senior year was good. I didn't do what I could have did, but I did good. I started every game, whatever. I didn't get no offers. Um, I didn't get no offers after my senior year. I had some D3 looks. I had some JUCO looks. But I wanted to be D1. I wanted to be D2 scholarship at least. So uh, also too, I was young for a senior. Like I was 17 as a senior. So like I said again, or like I said earlier, all the stuff I was doing around that time, as far as like basketball wise and really understanding, was after my nigga Pierre, for real, after my boy. So, that year, Pierre, my senior year, Pierre went prep. Pierre didn't have to, but he went prep because he wanted bigger.
Yeah.
Went prep at Fort Union. He killed. My boy was killing. He sent me pictures back from school. I still got that picture too. That's crazy. Still got that picture of my boy when he was at Fort Union. He was solid too. He was killing. So now I'm trying to go prep. So talked to Uncle T about it. Talked to a couple other people. I had a school in Mount Zion. I had Mount Zion. That's the school name. It was in North Carolina. I went out there, met the team, met the coaches. They liked me. I was out there for like 2 months in the summertime.
And this is after senior
Senior
year?
year, just when I graduated. So
Okay.
summertime, I'm out there. I had to be out for there for 2 months. I'm out there, man. And a lot of things happened with that. Crazy stories, man. The coach was lightweight racist,
Man.
all type of stuff. But he liked me though. But at the time, I was still that bad kid. I'm still mature and really understanding like how to maneuver around certain aspects of life and coaches,
Yeah.
and just being older and just understanding things. I'm young, yo, and I'm going on this journey pretty much alone. I ain't got nobody going with me. Like when I went to that school, my cousin went with me, who was a girl who was only a year older than me. Yeah, she went with me on my visit and things like that. And then I went out there by myself.
So before we get too far into the post graduation, if you could give some advice to your younger self, because it's a lot of young guys, similar backgrounds like you, similar goals and aspirations like you, what is some advice you would give to your younger self?
uh, grind, really grind. Stay away from anything that interferes with the goal. Whatever your goal is, always put that first. And if somebody telling you that you wrong for putting that first, then they ain't supposed to be around you. So just and I tell kids now too, fall in love with your grind, your journey, because it's yours. It ain't nobody else's. This is yours. So
Mm.
you stay in line with your goal, and that was the thing. Why, boom, and that's why I said we was gonna get back to the God and everything else because once I left there and after I graduated, I was worrying about my life, but I was focused on everybody else's life as well too, like all my peers.
Hmm.
Like, oh dang man, I'm better than him. How he get that? Oh, I'm better than him. How he get that? This and that. So while you doing that, you stuck. And that's how I view it. Like, if you looking backwards, they say when you run, don't turn around, right? Because you ain't going your fastest.
Right.
So if you trying to progress in life, but you worrying about this guy on the left, this guy on the right, and this guy behind you, your pass or anything like that, it's like, how can you go forward? So you might not go backwards, but you're not moving at all. You're stuck because you're worried about everything but going forward. See what I'm saying? So that's what I was stuck doing. Like, people call it hating. I even call it hating now when I got older, but I wasn't hating. I always show love. I'm glad you here, bro. But on the back end, I was also feeling like I was better than you. How is you here and I'm not?
Right.
I had to stop doing that, bro. So I stopped doing that and I just started showing all love until my time came. And when my time came, I just was gonna be ready. I was gonna take advantage. But also times is different because like when I was coming up, I ain't had no trainer. And we ain't had no trainers, we ain't had none of that. Like right now, I just said shout out to God's Court. To me, the best trainer in Ohio. But when I was a sophomore, God's Court, which is Connor Hughes, was a senior.
Hmm.
So he wasn't training.
Yeah.
The trainer we had back then was Marcus Parker. Shout out to Park. Big guy in my basketball journey. That's my dude. When I was younger, I used to call him my basketball dad. It's my boy. McKinley grad, state champion, you know. 2-time state champion at that. Went on to Finley, won again. Just the ultimate winner, man. McKinley legend Marcus Parker, that's my boy. He was my coach at the time though. I wasn't training with him. Like we worked out here and there, but I'm young. I ain't really taking it serious. So I'm in there, but we locking in. He still showed me a lot. But he was also my coach too. Loved me too when he was my coach. And he knew I was bad. But him and Spoon, shout out to Sean Weatherspoon, McKinley's coach right now. My boy. Love that dude dearly. So he was my coaches at the time. So but yeah, we ain't had no trainer. So after practice with them, I'm leaving. I'm just going to the gym hooping.
Hmm.
Or I'm doing whatever. So that's why I say now it's a little different. So now you can really tell a kid like just stay focused, bro, and put all your time into yourself first before you give it to others. Like even if you want girls, even if you want this or that, it's gonna come naturally. Back then, we was forcing the issue. You know, it still came naturally back then, but we wanted it. I wanted it. So you just got to stay focused, man. Just stay focused, stay on the grind, but really lock in on your path. Like congratulate everybody else. Don't hate on them. Don't say nothing bad because it's negative energy upon yourself. Just focus on yourself. Congratulate them. So like the biggest thing I started doing was changing the power of my mind and my tongue because them is powerful things. Like what you think's come to fortune. What you speak comes out. So I learned that from Nate, and then when I got closer to God, like just understanding like that. So after I graduated and I was going through that time, because I was salty about not getting no offers and stuff like that. And then I went prep for the 2 months, and then it went left. Like I said, the coach was a little racist. A lot of stuff happened, so I dogged him. Once again, I'm still young, bad kid. I cussed him out. Left the school. I'm like, booking, I'm done. I'm cool. I'm about to just chill. I'm gonna go to school and do the school route, which never was me. I didn't want to go to college in the first place. I tell people that right now. If it wasn't for basketball, I would have never stepped foot on the college campus. But I ended up going, you know, just to see. And at that time, that's when I was doing a lot. I was real down because I wasn't where I wanted to be, and everybody else was. So once I started realizing, like, man, I gotta change. I gotta change something. First thing I did was start writing goals down. I bought a whiteboard, painted it on my wall, put goals, read them every day before I left the crib, every day, and I read them out loud. That way, I'm seeing it, reading it, and speaking it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then instead of me, because I wasn't hating, I wasn't saying nobody sucked or nothing like that, but I was hating in a sense because I was saying I'm better than him. I should be there. I stopped saying that. I'm proud of you, bro. Keep going. I see you at the top. So you see how I changed my mind and my mental and my thinking, even my speaking. Instead of me
Affirmations.
saying I should be there, nah, you supposed to be there. I'm gonna be where I'm gonna be, but we gonna meet at the top. And when we meet at the top, you better be ready for me because I'm coming.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I'm coming, and it's gonna be a wrecking. It's gonna be a wrecking ball. I'm coming. And if we meet at the top and we together, we gonna ball out together. But if you gotta run across me, I'm gonna be in trouble.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
trouble, bro. So
Yeah.
yeah, that happened. I left Mount Zion, didn't go prep, I went to Akron U for a semester, and I'm like, man, I'm done. I ain't hooping. First day on campus, I go to the rec and start hooping. Went to the rec my first day, killed them boys. Some of the players from Akron team actually came in the gym. They played. We was going to 12. I gave them all 12. And then after that, I got cool with them. They was telling me, come to the tryout, this and that. That following year, Pierre was at JUCO. So he had a visit at Akron. So I called him and told him about what I just did and told him the players who was in there. He knew some of them. He called, I think he called down for me, if I ain't mistaken, and said something to the coach about me. I had a meeting with the coach. They told me they wanted me to do a little walk on or whatever. But in my mind, like, that's two when I started betting on myself. And I started really understanding I'm gonna grind. Like if they want me, they gonna want me for me and do my work. So I told the people like I'm gonna leave and go JUCO, and I'm gonna go JUCO. If you want me, come and get me. So I leave, and I'm grinding. Getting ready to go to school the next year to go JUCO or whatever. And Chet Harper, who was our coach, my senior year, he was the assistant, which is Kobe Johnson's dad. Shout out Kobe
Shout
Johnson,
out Kobe.
my guy. Love that little dude. That's my boy. Um, he was helping me, had connections. He was trying to help me. You know what I'm saying? But I was working so hard because I had something to prove in me. And I just wanted to prove everybody wrong because people was talking about me. People was saying whatever they was saying. This guy was better than me. That guy, all right, that's cool. I ain't gonna disrespect the dude you said, but you gonna see. You gonna have to see. So I was hungry. I'm working out every day and stuff like that. So for me, working out so much and not properly resting and properly doing other things, I thought I was getting stronger, but deep down my body was getting weaker.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I ended up tearing my knee that year. Uh, Tore my knee that year. Wasn't gonna get surgery. I was chilling. I was still planning on it, doing whatever. I was training at NST, just to get stronger and things like that. And it was a bone in my knee that used to get stuck, like a broken piece of bone that used to get stuck, and I used to just push it back in and keep going. We was doing something, I went to jump and it got stuck, and the trainer seen it, and he was like, "Oh, you gotta go." So he kicked me out. He said, "You can't come back until you go get that looked at, because we can get in trouble."
Yeah.
So he was the only reason why I got surgery. I get surgery. This is, what year is this? I got surgery December 26th of 2018. Knee surgery. Worst time of my life, that turned into the best time of my life. That's where everything clicked. Mentally, physically, spiritually, everything clicked. Um, Even with life. So I got that surgery. I was bed rested for like 4 months. That surgery hurt it. That was probably the worst surgery I had ever,
We almost done.
for sure. Um, like I said, I was bed rested, and I don't really speak on this with a lot of people, but for the youth, I'm trying to change the youth. I'm a big advocate of that. Trying to give kids the stuff I didn't get, because when we was coming up, older people like my age was hating instead of helping.
Man.
So I'm gonna tell this story. A lot of people don't know this story unless you really know me or unless we talk about it. Because I don't talk about a lot of things, but mentally, physically, spiritually, I was weak, you know, and I was down bad during that surgery. And this is why I say it was the worst, but it turned out to be the best, because once I got out of that surgery and through it, all those things flipped. So now I'm the strongest mentally, I'm the strongest physically, and I'm the strongest spiritually. So during that time, man, there was a lot of people that I loved at the time, man. I still love them. Don't get it twisted. Still love them. But there was a lot of people that, man, I would have died for, in a sense. Not necessarily probably literally died for them, but I loved them that much to where something happened to them, I was going to call and check on them. I was going to pull up. I was going to be there. That wasn't there for me at that time. And that's when I needed people the most, because I wasn't in school. I didn't have my basketball going the way I wanted to. I had a little money in my pocket, but that money wasn't my in and all. Basketball was mine, so I didn't have that, so I was lost in life.
So would you say you was experiencing depression?
No, I don't believe in depression. Yeah, I don't believe in depression.
Can't claim it.
I don't believe in depression. Not taking that from anybody else who might go through it. I
Right.
just told somebody this yesterday, that because I don't feel like I experience depression and anxiety, I can't say that they're not something real, because people actually do.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I didn't. No, I wasn't depressed.
It was just a hard time.
Yeah, I was hurt. Not depressed. Not depressed. Like, depressed is when you can't get up, you can't eat, you can't do none of that. Nah, I was angry.
Tough realizations.
Yeah, I got hurt. Yeah, got hurt and just got angry. And knew, like, when I get up, oh, he gonna pay. I'm gonna prove him wrong, and then he can never say nothing to me again. Mm-hmm. All love still, though, for some of the people I really love so much that it's all love, but our relationship would just never be the same. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One person that did check on me though and made sure he always did was my brother, man. My dog, bro, my right hand man, which is Ian Carter. My boy.
Oh, yeah, shout out Ian, man.
It's my guy, man. Love that nigga. He was in college doing his thing at the time, but as soon as he touched foot in Canton, came right to the crib. How you doing? What's going on? Always was calling me. How you doing? You doing your workouts? You good? You know what I'm saying? My boy. So he made sure I was good. A couple other people too, but a lot of niggas that I love didn't. And it just made me realize, it made me wake up. Like, okay, all right. So instead of me being down and depressed, nah, I use everything. And that was at the time I was changing everything to a positive. So even the deaths I was going through back then, I told myself I get 5 minutes. We get 5 minutes to be sad, to question God, like, cause everybody be like, why you, bro? It shouldn't have been you, and this and that. And that's at the time too where I sat back and I'm like, okay, instead of me saying I should be where he at, I should be here. Why is they there and I'm not? And when I was realizing that, I was better than a lot of guys. I was this and that, whatever the case may be. But a lot of things that dudes had that I didn't, the one thing that a lot of people had that I didn't have was a relationship with God. And that's why I said we was going to come back with it. Because during that time, I realized that. And that's when I really said, let me tap into my relationship with God, because I'm laying on my back for 4 months. The only thing I can do is think, so I'm tapping in. I end up finding out, I started reading scriptures. I downloaded the Bible app. And like right now, I'll show you. Like I done read this Bible every day for probably the last 7 years.
Man,
See that?
that's a beautiful thing.
Can you see it?
Oh, let me focus on it. Yep, see it.
545 week streak.
That's beautiful,
Yeah,
man.
I ain't miss.
That's amazing, man.
You know what I'm saying? I got little Bible things that come texting to me. I start praying. You know, I actually, once I was able to crutch around, I started going to church that year. I went to church for a year and a half strong. COVID hit, and that's when I stopped going. But you don't necessarily need church to do that. And I ended up getting baptized too.
We are the church.
Yeah, I ended up getting baptized too. So just doing that, that's what I realized. Like, man, I really got to get that relationship and understanding too of everything, because it just is what it is. Like, so, and then around that time is when I stopped. Like, I stopped saying, "Oh, with deaths, somebody, oh, they in a better place. Oh, this and that." Nobody want to hear that, bro. Or you gonna be okay. Nobody want to hear that, bro. I got a homie that died, and I ain't gonna say his name because I don't want people to get offended, whatever the case may be. But his mom would never be okay. She still ain't okay right now, and this man died years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't tell nobody that lost a loved one they're gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine whenever they're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Some people will never be fine. Like right now, and I use that example because that was just like the first time I really seen like, oh, you can't tell nobody they're gonna be fine, because I seen 3 years later, this dude's mom was still hurt like it just happened. But I can use my personal example. My grandma died in her 50s. I just told you that, right? My mom right now, for years after that, she know I don't like crying. After the time when I stopped crying, I didn't like crying no more. I don't feel like you should cry. I feel like you should just find a way. You know what I'm saying? But then I had to realize that's not okay. Like, people deserve to cry. You need to release that. It's actually healthy to release that. Right. I'm the one that's not healthy because I'm not crying, but I got all this pain in me. So I used to catch her crying. She used to hide her cries from me because she knew I ain't like it. So I used to catch her crying, man, and sat down and had to talk with her one time. Like, man, what you keep crying for, man? And she was crying because her mom, bro. Like, if my mom was to walk in here right now and say, your grandma was in here and your grandma was of the age of my mom would cry, because my mom looking at it like she ain't mad or nothing, but she looking at it like, dang, man, this lady is this age and my mom would have been there and she not here. You know what I'm saying? Like, so stuff like that. If my mom used to see my grandma's friends, and, you know, blase skip. My grandma's friend might be more sicker than my grandma was, but this lady is still living and my grandma passed.
Yeah.
And it crushed my mom. Crushed her. She cried for like 5 years straight after my grandma died. Like, late nights, just thinking I'd come downstairs, she'd think I'm asleep. Come down there, I see her crying. And I knew what it was about. So, yeah, man, like, you can't never tell nobody who lost somebody that they're going to be okay. Because they might not never be, or they might. Some people end up doing been okay, but you don't know when that time frame was. So
they say time is the only thing that heals.
Yeah, so I stopped saying that. Now I just say praying for you, or I'm here for you. I ain't saying all that extra cliche stuff because it's not necessarily realistic. And then too, when I was younger, going through the deaths, I used to, you got the people that say, God, why? This and that, I used to do that big, like, damn, man, like, my grandma died. Why my grandma did die? You know, man, why my bro got killed? And, they say everything is already written.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I be thinking like, so you knew from the day that my bro was born, he was gonna die at 22, or he was gonna die at this age. How? Like, why is it that? So, and I've been big on faith. So once I start doing that, I had to change it to where I give myself 5 minutes. I'm so good with it now to where I don't even get the whole five. Now I might a minute, 2 minutes. And I don't try to think like that or ask that no more, because it's like you questioning him. And I don't want to do that either. But it still be like, dang, bro, why? Like, even with my cousin recently went in Duran Davis. So
yeah, rest in peace, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why at 27? Like, how and why was he supposed to got 2 kids, man? Why was he? But questions and story for another day. Right now we just gotta think positive. We keep living through him, and I'm gonna be there for his kids or whatever the case may be. But yeah, man, during that time, man, I really just got a real foundation of God, and all the people who didn't come and see me hurt me for like a month. That next month it killed me, anger wise, and it just made me want to just get up, man, and get to it. And then I heard people talking about me. Oh, he need to give it up. He ain't gonna do this and that. Okay, that's a bet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's get it going. I get up off knee surgery, grinding, grinding to get back.